and I'm happy that I was able to the ring with so many legendary fighters. You know, to become a great fighter, you had to become great. You had to fight great fighters. You had to fight good fighters. So I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the certain guys that paved the way for me.
Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, two of the biggest legends in the sport, have joined forces for an electrifying training session. It's all happening as Tyson prepares for his much-talked-about upcoming fight against Jake Paul. This unexpected duo has fans on the edge of their seats, wondering what kind of insider tips, secret strategies, and knockout skills these two icons might be trading. The excitement is off the charts, and everyone's eager to see how this collaboration could shake up the boxing world. After their intense training session, Floyd Mayweather finally opened up, breaking his silence about the whole experience. And let's be real, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. Mayweather, with his flawless defense and that unbeatable professional record, has always been the ultimate strategist in the ring. So when news broke that he was teaming up with Mike Tyson, a heavyweight legend famous for his raw power and no-holds-barred fighting style, fans were understandably shocked and totally intrigued. But this wasn't just about Tyson sharpening his skills for the Jake Paul showdown. It was a meeting of minds, blending two very different but equally legendary boxing philosophies. Imagine what these two could learn from each other. The buzz is all about how this unlikely pairing could influence not just Tyson's fight, but maybe even the future of the sport itself. Mayweather couldn't hold back his admiration for Tyson's relentless work ethic and his undying love for the sport. In his first public comments, Mayweather gave us a glimpse into what really happened behind closed doors. He revealed that they weren't just fine-tuning Tyson's already devastating power, they were also working on mixing in some slick defensive techniques that could give Tyson a real edge over the younger and more unpredictable Jake Paul. Though their boxing styles are worlds apart, these two legends found common ground in their passion for the sport. Mayweather highlighted the critical role of strategy and mental toughness, traits that have been the backbone of his undefeated career. Meanwhile, Tyson brought that unmistakable fire and raw aggression that only he can deliver, making their session a fusion of two of boxing's most iconic ideas.
With your pivot, get on your pivot, and it's light. The jab goes like this. This is exactly how the jab goes. Jab. This is called a 1-2. Boom, boom. You bring the hook with it. You can go to the body. Jab. This double jab.
Meanwhile, Francis Ngannou has weighed in on the upcoming showdown between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. And let's just say he's putting his money on experience over youth. Despite Jake Paul being in his athletic prime at 27, while Tyson just turned 58, Ngannou believes that Tyson's wisdom in the ring will make all the difference.
I'm always intrigued at how people talk about Mike Tyson power, and nobody talk about his technique. His footwork is insane. His base is insane. His transition, everything goes from every punches was backed by his entire body weight. Of course, he could have gone through an entire brick wall.
Having trained under Tyson's watchful eye before his own high-profile match against Tyson Fury last December, Ngannou is convinced that his former mentor still has the edge to take down Paul. After all, there's no substitute for the kind of battle-hardened experience Tyson brings to the ring, and Ngannou is betting that will tip the scales in his favor. Various medical experts are raising red flags about the risk Mike Tyson might face as he prepares to step back into the ring against someone 30 years his junior. Stephen Hughes, a senior lecturer in medicine at Anglia Ruskin University, is particularly concerned. He points out that Tyson's age, combined with his history of alcoholism, makes him highly susceptible to serious health issues like subdural hematomas and strokes. Meanwhile, Dave Hancock, the renowned fitness guru who's worked with top teams like Chelsea, Leeds United, and the England national squad, has warned that this comeback could have dire consequences for Tyson's health. It seems the stakes are higher than ever for Iron Mike, with experts sounding alarms over his potential risks.
Emergency during an American Airlines flight Sunday. Tyson's reps say he became nauseous and dizzy due to an ulcer flare-up 30 minutes before.
However, Ngannou isn't too worried about Tyson's age. When asked about Tyson's condition these days, Ngannou said, "Sure, he's not the same as he was in his youth, but when he moves and shows off his skills, you're left thinking, what the heck is this?" It's something people might not get about Mike Tyson. His footwork is still incredible. He can dart from your left to your right in the blink of an eye. Ngannou's confidence highlights just how impressive Tyson remains, even in his later years. Paul has been under heavy fire from the boxing world for agreeing to fight someone whose professional career started well before Paul was even born. The ex-Disney star, who holds a solid 7-1 boxing record, has only lost once, to Tommy Fury, the younger brother of the famous WBC heavyweight champ Tyson Fury. Critics have slammed Paul for skipping over seasoned boxing contenders in favor of former UFC champions like Anderson Silva and Tyron Woodley in his early fights. In August 2023, Paul managed to shake things up by defeating Nate Diaz, a fighter known for his victory over the notorious Conor McGregor. This clash has only fueled the ongoing debate about Paul's choice of opponents. In response to the backlash, Paul fired back during an exclusive chat with TalkSport's Gareth A. Davies, saying, "I think it's disrespectful to Mike, first and foremost. And then I would say to them, get in the ring with him. If Mike wants to fight, then Mike wants to fight. If he wants to make it a pro fight, then okay. I want to fight Mike Tyson. That's legendary. It's an honor to be in the ring with him. And if he wants the fight to be a pro fight, then okay. Let's do it." Opinions on this clash are all over the internet. Some fans are buzzing with excitement, others are sharply critical, and a few are still on the fence. But no matter where you stand, one thing's for sure. The fight is officially on for Friday night, November 15th, when the legendary two-time heavyweight champ Mike Tyson faces off against YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul.
You got a YouTuber fighting the greatest fighter that ever lived.
Jake, every time these fighters sit across from me and it's YouTuber, it's Disney Channel, all that shit, and then you end up on the fucking canvas and you'll see, it's gonna be no different here, I promise you that.
This fight, initially scheduled for June 20th, had to be postponed due to a medical issue. Back in May, Tyson had to seek emergency treatment for an ulcer flare-up while flying from Miami to Los Angeles. The Boxing Hall of Famer has since made a full recovery and is now ready to step back into the ring for what promises to be an electrifying matchup. The highly anticipated showdown between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson took a step closer to reality as the two faced off at Fanatics Fest 2024, hosted at the iconic Jacob Javits Center in New York. The press conference was led by none other than former Pittsburgh Steelers star and current sports analyst Ryan Clark. As expected, Mike Tyson was met with thunderous applause from the New York crowd, cementing his legendary status. Meanwhile, Jake Paul, ever the polarizing figure, was greeted with a chorus of boos and jeers, reminding everyone of his role as the event's most controversial participant.
Mike Tyson, you're next, big boy. This is my sport now. I'm gonna take your throne, brother.
As Mike Tyson and Jake Paul took the stage to answer questions about their much-anticipated showdown, the tension was almost tangible. This unusual matchup is rapidly becoming the talk of the boxing world, with both fighters visibly dealing with their own versions of anxiety. For Jake Paul, the nerves are especially understandable. He's about to face a level of boxing talent he's never encountered before. Tyson isn't just another opponent. He's a powerhouse who could end the fight with a single, crushing blow. Jake's true test will come in those crucial early rounds. Can he maintain his composure while being pushed backward? Does he have the grit to survive a direct hit from someone with Tyson's raw power? And perhaps the most burning question, can he absorb or defend against one of Tyson's infamous body shots? These are the questions everyone is eager to see answered when these two step into the ring. Though Jake Paul undoubtedly has plenty of reasons to feel the heat, Mike Tyson isn't without his own set of mental battles. Sure, Tyson's record speaks for itself. 50 wins with 44 knockouts is nothing short of legendary. But what levels the playing field this time around is his age. At 58, Tyson knows he's no longer the swift, unstoppable force he once was. However, there's a silver lining. Power is the last thing to fade. Tyson still seems to have that raw, explosive force that could spell trouble for Jake Paul. While Tyson may project his usual bravado heading into the ring, even without the agility of his younger days, one has to wonder, beneath that fierce exterior, could there be a hint of doubt? Talks are swirling around whether Mike Tyson still has what it takes to absorb a solid right hand from Jake Paul. However, the real issue lies in whether Tyson can keep up his energy if he doesn't manage to land a knockout punch in the early rounds. Should the fight drag on, what's Tyson's game plan? This nagging question could be gnawing at the confidence of the once unstoppable two-time heavyweight champ. As fans eagerly await this face-off, these unresolved doubts are only adding more fuel to the fire, making the Tyson versus Paul showdown all the more compelling. The answers we've all been waiting for will finally unfold on November 15th, heightening the anticipation to a fever pitch. Predicting the outcome of a fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is far from easy. It's a web of what-ifs and unpredictable twists. Tyson's power and experience will likely give him the upper hand in the early rounds. But if the fight drags past the fourth, the momentum could very well swing in Jake Paul's favor, potentially leading him to an upset victory. Despite the whirlwind of controversy surrounding this match, Paul isn't fazed. In fact, he seems to thrive on the doubt cast by big names like Ngannou and Randy Couture. Rather than let their skepticism weigh him down, Paul is fueled by it, eager to prove them wrong and seize his moment in the ring with a living legend. "I feed off it," Paul declared with palpable excitement, embracing Ngannou's bleak outlook as a challenge to overcome in what will be his fourth bout in less than a year. He candidly admitted, "It's not going to be an easy fight. I think the first 4 rounds are going to be very difficult for me. And if I can weather the storm of Mike Tyson, the baddest man, hardest puncher on the planet, then I believe I can pull ahead in the later rounds and be able to finish him." Paul's confidence shines through, even as he acknowledges the monumental task ahead, going toe-to-toe with a living legend. Jake Paul kept a positive outlook on the predictions swirling around him, especially those from his inner circle, including his brother Logan, who had faced Floyd Mayweather. Jake stood firm in his belief that everyone is entitled to their own opinions, even when they don't align with his. Embracing the challenges ahead, Paul sees them as stepping stones in his boxing journey. Rather than shy away, he's actively pursuing these obstacles, determined to carve out his place in the sport. This relentless drive has led him to rack up a notable list of achievements inside the ring, further solidifying his growing reputation in the boxing world. Going up against Mike Tyson is a challenge I wholeheartedly embrace. The stakes are higher, the competition is tougher, and the challenge is greater than ever before. "That's what makes it worth it," he said. This time, Jake Paul is stepping into completely new territory. With the spotlight on him like never before, he's about to face the ultimate test of his boxing career. Do hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon for more boxing updates. Thanks for watching.